Hey, so this is my book tour. It's going to be quite long and I hope that you enjoy it because I'm going to recommend some really cool stuff and they'll all be up on green on the screen right for you to copy and paste to Google. Woo! So let's go! This is quite a mixed shelf. It's kind of all fiction in my room here in Cardiff, so yeah. Thing About December, Ryan O'Donnell. Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. Maggie O'Farrell, Instructions for a Heatwave. This is a brilliant book. I definitely recommend it. I'll probably do a review on it soon. The Shock of the Fool and The Book Thief. These are two that I'm really looking forward to reading. They've got really great reviews. John Boyle, The Terrible Thing That Happened to Barnaby Brockett. I reviewed this in my last Review Stay Tuesday video. Agatha Christie, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd and The White Light Lasts, which are really great. Not that keen on Poirot though, so I don't read much of her books. E.M. Foster, A Passage to India. I read his A Room with a View for my A-level. I'm hoping this one will be a better one. And Laura Lee, Cider with Rosie and Stephen Fry's The Stars Tennis Balls. Also I have cute felt bag full of USB sticks, a tree. And then further along on this shelf, my sewing kit, this really cute tea cozy, this cute box full of buttons, this jar of ribbon, and this really cute money box. On this shelf we have my DVDs, Pan's Labyrinth, Coraline, Sweeney Todd, Nightmare Before Christmas, Secret Window, Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and Chocolate Factory, Sleepy Hollow, Beetlejuice, Corpse Bride, 9 from Hell. These are mostly Tim Burton's movies because I really love him. He's the best. I have some little trinkets, a mug I made, a little box full of earrings, the best thing that I've ever thrown on a wheel and then turned. We also have The Sims and Kingdoms, which are two games that I used to play when I was a kid and I really love. And this dried out rose. We have Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. The Last Wild by Piers Torre. The Life of Pi by Jan Martel. That Part Was True by Deborah Hickney. These were both really interesting books, very different obviously, but The Life of Pi is definitely a recommendation. It's my favourite book at the moment. The Illicit Happiness of Other People. This looks like quite an interesting book, but I haven't really read it yet. One Morning Like a Bird by Andrew Miller. Mockingjay, I do aim to get the rest of the series at some point. The Homecoming of Samuel Lake by Jenny Wingfield. Chant and Be Happy, which I got from a Buddhist monk in the high street. Friday Gospels, The Skellington Cupboard by Tanya Byron. And that ends the sort of fiction section on this part of the bookshelf. All the non-fiction that I have The Little Course of Sewing, Cardiff and Newport, an A to Z map, small set of books on artists, and then Johnny Depp, A Modern Rebel, which apparently I stole from a library. Family Food for a Steal, Carlton Ware, Taking Two with Clarice Cliff, which is a really good book on collecting pottery. Miller's Ceramics, Heart on a Plate, which is a Valentine's present from Ben. The Potter's Guide to Ceramic Surfaces. And then we have some files and paperwork, and then the complete book of drawing, which I got as a congratulations present for my GCSEs. It's a really useful book, but I hate drawing, so yeah. On this side of the room we have my CDs. I won't go through them all because there are so many. Other things on here, we have a little Yoda and a boat that I made, a bottle of perfume, a bracelet, a tiny plastic squirrel, and a tiny plastic polar bear, and a piece of sandstone with quartz veins in it. I realised something was in the wrong place, but I fixed it now. Maureen Johnson and John Green's Let It Snow. Will Grayson, which is John Green and David Luthien. And then John Green's books, Looking for Alaska, Fault in Our Stars, Abundance of Catherines, and Paper Towns. All of them were incredible. My favourite has to be Looking for Alaska. It really reminded me of Catcher in the Rye. And then we have this Disgrace of Kitty Grey. I didn't like this very much at all, but it was quite interesting from a sort of different narrative point. Then we have Joseph Heller's Catch-22. These two books by Maria, I can't say her surname, Two Caravans and A Short History of Tractors in Ukraine. According to Ben, these are terrible books, but I haven't read them yet. Seamus Heaney's Selected Poems, which I studied for A-level, and The Weight of Water by Sarah Croissant, which I absolutely adore. It's a great book. It's all written in poetry. It's really interesting. Big Cherry Holler by Adrian Trigani. And The Fever Tree by Jennifer McVeigh, and then we have a little jar of lighters and things. And over here we have The Man Who Was Thursday, and this really cute book called Spilling Beans on the Cat's Pajamas, and its popular expressions and things. It's really cute. And then we have Eon and A Sting in the Tail. I'm really looking forward to reading this book. It's all about bees. And just above that, a Small English Dictionary and Thesaurus, and a book of pond life. Okay, and up here we have a few other bits and pieces. We've got a hat here and a little pot full of Q-tips. Then we have We Need New Names by Violet Bulawayo, definite recommendation. Charles Dickens' The Pickwick Papers, which I do intend to read, but his books are really hard to get through, so I haven't really ventured that far yet. Dead Ends by Erin Lange. I don't know. We Are Completely Besides Ourselves, Karen Joy Fowler. These two are just books that I kind of picked up for free, probably. I've never really considered reading them. I don't really know why I still have them. I think they're both proof copies too. The Nation's Favourite Poems and Shakespeare's Poems. They're a really cute copy, which are both obviously a dip in and out of them as I want. After Irish, or The Diaries of Bluebell Gatsby, was a really touching book. I absolutely adored it. It's quite young fiction, but it's just lovely. And then Owen Shear's Skirt Hill, Louis de Bourez, I think, Imagining Alexandria, a really nice book full of quite sweet poems. We Are the Animals, a really super book, I loved it. And that's Justin Torres. Wonder by R.J. Palacio, I don't know. This is a really sweet book too, and I just couldn't wait to get through it and read it, and it was so lovely. Just a great book. Over here we have on top some of the Phoenix little tiny classics and a picture of me and my English literature A-level class. Once You Break a Knuckle, which is a really superb book by D.W. Wilson. Essential Spike Milligan, which is essential, you know. Meg Rossoff, Picture Me Gone, a really, really superb book. And then Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. English Pottery and Porcelain Marks, and I really love it. It's quite sweet, really. It's full of interesting things. Then we have a rhyming dictionary and some selective poems. More About Amelia Jane, one of my favourite books when I was a child. I absolutely adore all of Enid Blyton's works, but Amelia Jane was one of my favourites. And then over here we have a plastic Johnny Depp with a bat tied to his leg. George Orwell's 1984, Roald Dahl, The Great Automatic Grammatizer and Other Stories. I've been aiming to read this for a long time, but haven't got round to it yet. A Book of British Ceramic Marks, a pocket book. A Flower Book for the Pocket and Butterflies and Moss of the Wayside. British Illustrations of Flora, Flowers of the Wild, and a poetry book. Now I'm quite into natural sciences, and I thought I might read a little bit more when I was here, even though I haven't got round to it yet. This is a dinosaur. This is a jar full of stretchers that I've made up for Fimo. Last of all, we have this sort of excess shelf that I've made up on my desk. So starting at this end behind this vase, we have The Valley of Amazement by Amy Tan and Mountains of the Moon by IJK, The Moonfield by Julian Almut. Paulo Coelho, I don't think I'll ever learn how to say his name. Manuscript found in Accra. I just read one of his books, it was really great. Black Beauty, a modern classic. And The Home Corner by Ruth Thomas, A Bit of Difference, Sefi Atta. You Have Me at Hello. My roommate Jennifer just finished reading this and she said it was romantic. I don't think I'll ever read it, it sounds a little bit too awful. Another Agatha Christie, The ABC Murders. A Street Cat Named Bob by James Bowen. And when I bought this book, the guy in the bookshop said it was really super awful. So, great. Christina Hopkins, Just Like Proper Grown-Ups. And George Orwell's Animal Farm. The Great Gatsby by Scott Fitzgerald. I've just read both of these books this year and they're absolutely superb. Definite recommendations. Berries Broken and A Girl is a Half-Formed Thing. Another copy of Eon, but this time in paperback, and Michael Bond's Paddington, More About Paddington, to go with the collection of Paddington Bears, which sits at the end of my desk. And then on top of that we have some pictures that have been sent to me, and a couple of my figurines, and then some other bits and pieces. I really hope that you enjoyed this book tour. It's been really fun to make, and yeah, it's been fun talking to you through the internet. Bye!